Hi YouTube. All right, I'm back with another video. So happy 12/21 solstice, new moon energy, okay? I have felt really compelled to get on. I've been wanting to get on and deliver a message. I've had a few things that have come through that are actually not attached to this particular channeling tonight. It's night where I'm at. So there will more than likely be a couple of videos that at least one, if not two videos that I will be posting hopefully soon with the messages that have channeled through. I'm just waiting for those messages to come through clearly and concisely and fully before I deliver them to the collective. But there are definitely messages that are going to be interesting to channel into when I do post them. But for tonight, I want to bring forth a message with this solstice and new moon energy. So that's what I'm going to do. There's nothing that has come through specifically for this portal, for these energies. So I've got some card decks out. We'll channel into the Moonology Oracle deck. I also have some a shamanic wisdom deck and virtue deck of virtue cards. So we'll see which ones want to show themselves in this channeling today. So let me introduce myself. My name is Rachel. I'm a psychic intuitive. I channel through messages from your higher self, from your spirit team, from the divine, through me to you. So if you found yourself to my channel, there is a reason for that, and hopefully you get what you need from this video. So let's get started. I did do some pre-shuffling on these decks. The energies over the past couple of days have been very introspective, which is why I haven't posted a video. Although I've wanted to put content out, I've been guided to kind of be more introspective. So I think the last video I posted was about 6 or 7 days ago. And so some of you may be feeling that energy as well, where you've been wanting to do like that Ace of Wands energy, right? That very wand energy where you've been wanting to take action, but maybe have been called to pull back a little bit, to be more in the self, allow things to kind of culminate before you actually deliver on these actionable items. So I'm sure 333 on the timer, okay, that there is a reason why I said that. That was for somebody there. Okay, what is the overall message for this moon cycle, for this solstice energy, spirit? All right, so what do we have? We have new moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Okay, yes. So eclipse energy is always about magnetism, right? It's like that power, that dynamic. And then of course change is the name of the game. It's always the name of the game. So let's go to the card. Let's get a little bit more energy. Yeah, I'll dive into the energies a little bit more. And it's interesting that new moon came through as well, because we are in a new moon. So this new moon feels like even more powerful now that I kind of think about it, because not only is it the new moon, right? It's the new moon. There's a lot going on in the astrology as well, if you follow astrology, and it's also the solstice, right? So there's and of course we're coming into the closing out the cycle of 2025 and going into 2026, which is 2026 is the 10, right? So it is like the new beginning. So this particular time that we are in right now is a very powerful time. This particular new moon, it gives me very powerful energy as well, which is probably why this expect powerful change new moon eclipse is coming out as well. So let's pull up the eclipse and here. It always takes me a while to find these. Here we go. And my nose is itchy. I feel like whenever my nose itches, I've started noticing this since I, will sometimes watch my videos back. When there is like a powerful confirmation, my nose will itch. So if you're seeing me like do this, that is like extra confirmation, okay? And my nose is very itchy right now. So and it wasn't itchy until I started this reading. So there's definitely a lot. There's a lot coming through as well. So let's read this. So if you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings. Yes. And there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new directions you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason you'll appreciate later on. A new portal, yes, is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. It says to attune to the moon, never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Additional meanings for this card. So if you're asking a yes or no question with this particular message here, we've got yes, yes, and 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted towards your life purpose. Whatever is happening now, nose is itchy, okay? Whatever is happening now is happening for your highest good. And this is an important turning point in your life. Let's read the teaching on this card as well. The new moon eclipses are among the most exciting astrological events. Yeah, and it's interesting because because there is so much going on in the astrology right now. I am not going to speak on it too much, and maybe I'll do another channeling on this, maybe not. But there is a lot going on in the cosmos right now. There's a lot going on in the astrology. So I feel like if you are attuned to that frequency, to that energy, definitely look into the current astrology. That's going to be important for someone on here, or maybe even for a group of people on here. Okay. So they're among the most exciting astrological events. They herald a complete change of pace. It's as though you're headed in one direction, probably guided by your ego, and then here comes the divine, the goddess or spirit, to turn you instead to face the direction you actually need to go. Regardless of whether or not there's a new moon eclipse happening when you pull this card, it's a powerful affirmation of positive turnarounds. Yes. So it's interesting because a message that did come through this morning on my phone was by Bashar. And I thought that this was going to be a different channeling, and this could certainly be part of a different channel, a different channeled message, but it's coming through to me right now. So I will read it. And I do have it here. So it says, circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. Okay. And I'll say it again in the way that he kind of brought it through. So it's circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters, right? And I've channeled this message before, and it's basically like, whatever might be happening out here, right, on the what might be right in front of you, right, that is not necessarily what is materializing, right? There's this inner knowing, there's this inner being that we have, right? Our inner guidance system, our higher selves, our spirit team that's guiding us, that's leading us on our path. And I'm hearing on the path of least resistance, so I'll say it, on our path of least resistance, right? So anything that's falling away is meant to, right? That is not that is like a outside noise, right? What we're attuning to now, what we're learning to attune to, is that inner guidance system, right? When we focus our attention on that, when we focus our being on that, that is what is going to materialize. What is matter? Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass, right? So that is what we know to be true. In 11:23 on the timer, that's what we know to be true, right? What is materializing is what we know, that inner knowing, right? That's what we're listening to. That's where we're moving into. We're moving away from the external, because there's so much going on externally. If we tune our attention in that direction, we attune to that frequency, and we materialize and manifest more of that. When we attune to our inner guidance system and to our inner being and to what we know to be true, that's what we're going to materialize. Okay. 12:21. So I mean, come on. All right, let's see, is there anything else, spirit, for this message? That was too many, but we'll take this one. Okay, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Okay. So full moon is the energy of course, culmination, manifestations. Okay. Gemini is communication, right? So some kind of communication is coming in. Some kind of communication is manifesting itself. I mean, I'm even pulled to the 1313 on the timer. I'm even pulled to the blue in this moon card as well. So some people are manifesting some kind of communication, and you know that communication is coming in. Let's pull up our full moon. Full moon in Gemini. Turn right to it. Okay. The number 9 could be significant, and then a number 10, which is interesting because we're going from 2024, or 2024. Interesting. We're going from 2025, which is not, you know, our 9, to the 2026, which is 10. So, and I say that because of the 72 and 73. Yeah, it's interesting. The spirit is always right on time, aren't they? 1414 on the timer, which is a 5-5, which is, you know, which is change. Okay. So yeah, synchronicity is amazing. Okay, so this card is a reminder that it is important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Interesting, yeah, communication. So this is a card of communication. Let's keep reading. Right now, you need to guard against guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. the issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you are inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. Okay, hello. If you are in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Okay, let me read that again. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Okay, interesting. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it, your word is your wand. You create magic in your own reality every time you express yourself. Yeah, there's this energy, itchy nose again, okay? There's this energy of being, you know, it's almost like that same message that Bashar brought. Like, that external noise can sometimes be your downfall if you're really tuning into that, right? If you are finding yourself in situations where people are trying to pull you back, you know, right? Just be mindful of the words, because words are spells, right? You know, if you believe that. And I feel like, you know, the people that tune into this channel that are going to be attuned to this frequency, they're going to understand that words are spells. So when we speak things through our mouth, through our voice, that has a resonance, right? That is a manifestation. You are going to, a lot of us are in this energy where we are going to be able to manifest a lot quicker. And so it's going to be very important that we're tuning into the right frequencies, right? That we're tuning out the noise and tuning into the right frequencies. Okay. Attune to the moon. So have an important conversation, but stay calm. That's like so important. I know, like, in my own life right now, I've got some situations, at least one situation. I can't even say stop. There's one situation that's trying to call me back into a past timeline, right? So some of you may be falling into this as well, where there's something that's being pushed out, you know, of this timeline, or someone that's being pushed out of this timeline that wants to come with, you know, like come into this new timeline with you, but they're not going to be able to, right? But in that, goodness, this is like out of control. But in that, you'll want to make sure, some people don't want to see you succeed, right? And some people and some energies, and some of those energies are able to, are maybe, you know, tuning into like lower vibrational frequencies, right? So in that, they're going to try to pull you back, you know, into that lower vibration. They don't want to see you elevate. Okay. So just be very mindful, just like the card says, of your words, of your thoughts, of your actions, 1919. But specifically, this is talking about your words. Okay. So be mindful of the words that you speak. Additional meanings for this card: don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? Okay, so there is some kind of love energy coming through with this card as well. Okay, that's a burp of confirmation. 2. Wow. Okay, 3. You need to laugh there. So yeah, there's something about you know, something about love is coming through here. It is interesting too, because I'm being brought to twin flame reading that I did that had Gemini came through in that reading. So that reading, either some of you came from that reading into this reading, or some of you might need to go into that reading, okay? Especially when it comes to love. And it says here, you need to laugh off the situation and just move on. Yes. I'm going to pause right there really quickly. And I will say, how I've been transmuting some of this energy is by laughing at it, right? I mean, all you can do when something feels very intense, sometimes it is good to look at it from a different perspective, right? What comes to mind, what I've been tuning into, is the thought that, like, all the people that have come into your life have come into your life for a reason, right? We have contracts with these people that we've agreed to before we come into this incarnation, right? And these people are here to teach you something, to help your soul grow, to help guide you to your next level of ascension, right? So so Spirit kind of showed me earlier today, and I had to like just really chuckle at this, was like, once we leave this physical plane and go into non-physical, we'll meet up again, right? And I had this visual of like me meeting up with some of these people that I've had to like cut off, right? And like we come together and we talk about it, and I have a little chuckle, but I say, you know what? It's too soon. I can't, like, I can't talk to you right now. It's just too soon. And it's funny because it's so, like our higher selves, when we leave this physical plane, like none of this is going to matter, right? In the grand scheme of it all, it's helping our soul grow. But a lot of this is just like, it's like three-dimensional energy, right? It's not higher dimensional energy. It's not anything that we're not going to be holding these grudges, right? Okay, moving on. Job applications have good prospects. So that's another meaning for this card. And the teaching here: talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communication sign of Gemini. It's too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event, since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing. This card also augurs well for any study you're either taking or considering. Okay, 2333 on the timer, so that's nice as well. 333 is probably going to be a big confirmational number for you. The Pleiadians popped out. You may be working with the Pleiadians. Something was coming through with that. Creators, yes. Creating your reality. Remember, we are creating this reality that we're in. Resilience. Let me pull. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to come through. We'll do one more. And Syrians, yeah. So it's so interesting because when the Pleiadian card came out, I was thinking of telepathy, but then that creative energy came through. So for the Syrians to kind of come through, that gives that kind of telepathy, the telepathic energy is interesting. Resilience, lots of blue energy here. So yeah, communication is going to be big. Throat chakra energy, which is interesting too, because even when I was kind of meditating today, a lot of the throat chakra, it was like the third chakra was trying to clear itself. So some of you may be experiencing that right now, where your throat chakra is opening up. You may be experiencing like cold symptoms. I know we're kind of in that season, but there's a bigger picture to that, right? So the 3-dimensional versus higher dimensional. Some of these symptoms are higher dimensional, right? These are symptoms of ascension, rather than symptoms of 3D, 555 on the timer, 2555 to be exact, rather than that 3-dimensional view of a cold, right? So if you're experiencing any throat chakra clearing, this is probably your confirmation on that, okay? Also with the throat chakra, so there are going to be a collective of you are tuning into not only the oral communication, right? You're also currently tuning into different levels of communication, and specifically different levels of communication within your spirit team, okay? So you're receiving guidance, you're receiving guidance telepathically. You may even be tuning into other people, other beings. I'm hearing other beings, so that's interesting too. Telepathically as well. So that's going to be big. Resilience is giving me more of the energy of you're if you are running into issues of conflict, this is your confirmation that you are stronger than, not stronger than you think, but stronger than other people might perceive you, okay? You're very resilient. You're able to bounce back. You're able to pull yourself out of situations that might be trying to pull you back. And this is going to be an energy that's your spirit team is also helping you with this resilience as well, is what I'm getting. So they're helping you to be more resilient. Yeah, they're giving you guidance. So tune into yourself. Listen to your inner guidance, because you're definitely being guided at this time. Yes. Let me see if there's anything that I'm missing here. Pleiadians, let's start there. Yeah. And you're definitely on an ascension path here as well. Pleiadians. It says maintain the balance of light and dark in life. Okay. Let's read it. So this soul group comes from the Pleiades, a group of more than 800 stars, some 410 light years from Earth. Many of the heavenly bodies in the Pleiades are visible to the naked eye from almost everywhere on Earth, and as a result, they play a key role in the legends of almost every culture. Several indigenous cultures, including the Hawaiians and the Hopi, claim to be descended from the Pleiades. Ancient knowledge maintains that souls are incarnated in the Pleiades when they wish to learn about the workings of the universe. Pleiadian starseeds know the laws of balance and polarity, that one cannot exist without the other, yin and yang, day and night, love and hatred, good and evil. For this reason, Pleiadians are considered both knowledgeable and also wise. They are found in the healing professions along with other areas in which they can deliver recovery and redevelopment. In hierarchies in systems, for example. Okay. Yeah, so it's giving me like that Libra energy, you know, it's finding the balance, right? Um and keep in mind, and it's like it's kind of goes back to this full moon in Gemini card too, that I'm getting. It's like there's always going to be this duality, right? In order for your light to shine bright, you know, as your light shines brighter, there we go. As your light shines brighter, you're going to find that there's darkness that you're illuminating, right? So don't shun the darkness, right? Because that's what your light is for. Your light is there to help illuminate the darkness. So just know that there's always going to be that. It's not always going to be I'm kidding, like it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies, okay? It's not always going to be that. There are going to be times where we're kind of balancing these energies. And that's part of our mission here, right? But again, you are resilient. You are resilient, and your team is guiding you. And you will be receiving help and communication. We're co-creating this with our spirit team. Okay, so tune in to those frequencies. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that was to close out this message? Okay. Let's see. This deck is very large, so I have to split it in two. Let's see if there's anything here. Got a couple cards that fell out. Oh, and the last card there on the floor. Okay. Okay. All right. So we've got honesty, Gemini and Aries. Veracity gives wings to power. Truthfulness in speech or conduct, sincerity and absence of deception. Okay. Honesty. You know, Gemini energy again. Simplicity. Okay. It says you can lead a horse to water but cannot make it drink. State of being easy, straightforward, plain, obvious, or natural. Interesting. So there's like this energy of like you know, it's like the honesty and simplicity is giving me kind of the same type of energy. You know, again, it's the words. Just be mindful of your words in your speech, is what I'm getting. Okay. Okay, we have forgiveness. It all comes out in the wash. Pardon or exoneration, releasing a grudge, amnesty to enemies. Yeah. That same kind of information. So some of you are experiencing some conflicting energies right now, okay? And just, you know, I'm being guided again to just remind you that you are being guided, okay? Your guides are here. They're helping you through these situations. Whatever you're seeing externally, it's important to understand what is happening. 3444 on the timer when I looked up. Okay, so this is like really important. Your guides are here telling you, like, tune into your inner world, okay? Tune into what you know to be true, okay? Not what anything externally is telling you. Tune into what you know to be true, okay? We have valor, rage against the dying of the light, resolve facing adversity, heroic strength of spirit, nerve, heart, and guts. Yeah. Yeah, some of you are going through some things here. And then patience is the only way out. Patience, the only way out is through. Yeah. Object permanence, forbearance under strain, delayed gratification. Okay. So it's interesting because these cards are, I look at these cards like the major arcana cards in the deck. So it's like those are like the it's interesting that it closes out the message, right? It's like because it's things are changing, right? This cycle is bringing in new energy. Whenever you are closing something out, when you are moving into a new timeline, old dynamics, old energies, the old timeline is going to want to pull you back in. But, you know, you have the resilience to kind of make it through this, right? 36. You have the resilience to make it through this. There is and you are gonna get there, right? The delayed gratification is coming into my mind kind of strongly. So this is, you are coming into this new timeline, right? It might seem like there's been a delay, but everything's happening in divine timing. Okay, I think that's it for this message. Yeah. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Yeah. Happy solstice. Happy new moon. Happy new year. I probably will be on here again before the new year. But if you don't go to any of my other videos past this, Happy New Year. Yeah, so if you feel resonant with this energy, please don't hesitate to like this video. If you feel resonant with my energy overall, you can definitely subscribe to my channel. I would love to build this community up. And yeah, if you have anything to comment down below, please do so. I'd love to read your comments. And until next time, bye.